Why do we need another apocalyptic film?
Why indeed? Well, the one that sets this one apart is films that I like watching that are taking an extraordinary situation and putting an ordinary person right in the epicenter of it, who has to deal with their own stuff. But it just so happens that this crazy thing's going on. Well, this is my attempt to make one of those films that I've been inspired by, like 12 Monkeys and 28 Days Later. They all have a very almost intimate, personal point of view, but setting such fantastical worlds. So this is no different, and I think that what gives this film a different personality is, how many movies have we seen that have destroyed Tokyo and London and Los Angeles and New York in these films? No one's ever cut to Perth. It's got a very unique sensibility about it, this film, and that's what's, I think, resonating with audiences, the sort of exotic feel of, like, what is this place, but also the universal feel of the question, what would I do on the last day on Earth? And the smashing of those two together seems to have created some sort of synergy that people are really responding to.
Now, normally I ask filmmakers to describe their movie in a line or two, but let me give it a go in your case. This film is about a guy faced, like everyone else, with the impending end of the world, who doesn't want to feel anything when it comes, and then changes during the course of the film to being someone who actually wants to feel as much as he can. Is that a fair description?
Nailed it. And you nailed the landing as well. 10 points.
Now, there are a lot of crucifixes in this film. Don't tell me that's accidental. What was the point you were making with that?
Well, it's probably no surprise that I'm not the most religious person on the planet, but I definitely didn't want to hold any punches, and I just wanted to cover as much of the gamut of society as possible as we are on this journey with James and the different people that he encounters. And religion is a big part of it. Like, the non-religious are going to turn to religion when the last 12 hours are here. I probably would. I'd be doing everything I could to, ease the pain. From anarchy to Christianity and everywhere in between, I definitely wanted to cover as many emotions and as many, pockets of society as humanly possible.
You mentioned that you got a lot of support in the making of this film. Can you just characterize the type of support that you got from the community?
Yeah, so the community, first of all, we had an amazing locations manager, Megan Riley, who is like a miracle worker. Like, she was knocking on doors from tape to tape, asking people if they could move their cars, or, if we could chuck some rubbish on here. Just the art department would just, everyone was just, ripping it and ripping it. We had no safety net, 25-day shoot. We were just pulling up at locations, and we had to go. But the community at large were just so supportive, and anyone who finds out that someone's filming a feature film on their street, they're kind of honoured in many ways, and they just would, especially here in Perth, like, again, it's this mentality of like, what? We do cinema as well? People were just so thrilled to be a part of it. And that goes with every location, from Arnie Janice's farm to the ice arena to just random streets. It felt like the whole community just really got behind us and made our life easier.
Now, of course, that's always nice to have, that kind of support, but I don't need to tell you that the kind of support you really need is industry muscle. Now, can you just tell me how this has come about? How many screens is your film opening on? It's just, it seems an extraordinary exposure.
Yeah, Village Roadshow have been so supportive of this film ever since they saw the finished film at the Melbourne International Film Festival almost a year ago to the date. It's been a long journey, and they came on board shortly after that. They're just going to get so many more bums on seats and open the film up to so many more people that we would have otherwise not been able to. And they're just so professional at what they do, and we sort of just sit back and listen to what they say, and we just roll with the punches, because like, they're the people in charge, and they know this isn't their first rodeo. So they've just been really supportive, and even with the billboards that I see around different cities, it's just jaw-dropping to think that we have such a presence out on the street. When you see your film physically as a part of a building, like that's definitely one of those moments that you don't forget.
This is not their first rodeo, but you weren't expecting this, were you?
Not at all. We, myself and the producer Liz Carney, were doing a very, very small, with Rob Connolly, our executive producer, through his distribution wing, which is, very organic, very grassroots, and we were going to have to do a lot of work, and we were up for the task, and it was that sort of film. Then when Village saw it and said, "No, we think there's a bigger audience here," it was fantastic to have that support and that can-do attitude. It was amazing, but no, you're right. We never saw that coming, not in a million years.
Do you consider yourself halfway through a learning curve right now? I'd like to sort of say that you must have learnt a lot by now, and I'm sure that you have. But in the same breath, I would dare suggest that you're bracing yourself for more things to come.
I would say I'm closer to a tenth of a way through the learning curve. Even with what's happened with this film, it's just been extraordinary, but I've got a long ways to go, and fingers crossed, I get to make another film someday, and, I'm writing a couple of things and reading some scripts, and that's opened up doors to me that weren't there before the film existed, but yeah, it's all a part of the process, the learning curve.
That we recently had The Rover, another Australian film with a post-apocalyptic theme in it, that didn't perform very well, also got a huge amount of support. Has that filled you with any trepidation at all?
Oh, absolutely. And as I said before, like myself and Liz never thought we'd even be in this situation to open wide through Village Roadshow. I mean, it's just so hard when you think about the marketplace, and that's what you hear about these American films, but that is what is just filling these multiplexes. And for us to bring our Australian film in and say, how about this, everybody? It is a challenge. Like, we absolutely know it's a challenge, and God bless Village Roadshow for taking another swing yet again. Like, they're just so supportive of Australian films that they think have that multiplex crossover appeal. And it's out of our hands now. We've done absolutely everything we possibly can, and we're getting such good reviews. And as I speak to you right now, we're 91% on Rotten Tomatoes, which is just astronomical. And whether or not that correlates in bums on seats, who knows? Who knows how this crazy thing works? It is hard. It is hard to get an Australian film, even into the multiplex like this. This is an oddity, and at the very least, we're just swinging the bat, giving it a red hot shake, and what will be will be. But it is a hard marketplace.
Okay, here's a question about the early setup of the scene between the main character and Rose, the little girl. But there appears to be, I think, an inconsistency with the way that relationship develops. You start off by having him save her. Then you have moments where he's willing to abandon her in the car park where she was abducted. He nearly drives out on her when he gets the car from his sister's place. And then at the party, in the middle of all this bacchanalian excess, where people are killing themselves and taking drugs, he again leaves her. I'm just wondering, did it ever occur to you that might strike some viewers as being not consistent, that he would have been much more protective having been introduced to her in that way?
I think that's what's good about the complexity of James. Like, he does such a grandiose thing for this little girl, which is just a split-second decision where it's fight or flight, The good within him, even though he's not really willing to accept it at that point, even he can't just let that happen. But he only dips his toe in. He just dips his toe into the water. It's then like, okay, but now I've got to get my day back on track. I did this thing for you, but I'm kind of fucked now. I need to get rid of you. So then the progression of maybe I could dump it here, maybe I could dump it there. Even when he gets to the party, and it's not until he gets to the party that he's had that time to bond with her and realize, what's really more important here. So I think that it sort of works in a nice way, in sort of not making James just too sort of script writing 101 character journey, I think that I do like the fact that he does this grand gesture only to then go, but hey, I'm not really, here to look after you or anything. I just couldn't let that happen. But hey, let's get my day back on track. So yeah, I think that. But I totally take your point as well. Like, it could have gone that way. I definitely could have dabbled in that version, but something about it just sort of felt more interesting to go this way with it.
You're obviously a Tarantino fan.
Absolutely.
And that's obviously a pointer to that moment in Pulp Fiction where Bruce Willis has got the choice to leave his enemy behind, but instead he has some sort of epiphany and turns back. So an obvious reference there to Tarantino, and I have sincerely acknowledged the fact that you obviously love words. Having said that, Zach, here it comes. I'm wondering whether another aspect of Tarantino's work is his love of dialogue. And one thing, mate, I was missing from this film was more interaction between him and the girl. I wanted more conversation in the car when they're walking down streets. I wanted him to know more about her, about what she wanted to be. There just seemed to be a lot of areas there that almost begged for exploration that we didn't get. So I found that aspect of the film a little bit frustrating. What say you?
Yeah, I mean, hey, to each their own. It is what it is. We talked about The Last Day on Earth, and there's a ticking clock, and you have to get from A to B to C. So no time for dilly dallying. But sometimes, hey, less is more.
Now, was this film test screened?
It was test screened, and thank Christ I wasn't there for it.
How many test screenings did it have?
I think we had the one.
Mm. And how did that go? Presumably you got very good response.
You know what? I can't even remember.
Okay.
I think it might have been a bit mixed, but it's interesting because I felt like I'd been to many test screenings because editing the film with Nick Myers inside sound firm at Fox Studios, every Friday morning we would have the work in progress film screened in a Hoyt cinema to as many people that we could rustle together. So we'd have like these 20, 30 people viewings all through the edit every single Friday, no matter where we were up to. And that was amazing. I never worked that way before. And to actually not be able to touch the keyboard or anything and just have to sit there and take it like a man. It was very frightening and very humbling and but it was so interesting because you were just making notes, and as each screening went on, we just tunnel visioned it more and more and more and more and more, and the film became very focused that way. And that was on Nick's suggestion that that's what he would like to do, and I was like, sure thing, Nick, sure thing. So that actually felt like many test screenings. So that's why I remember the official one that happened after the movie was finished.
Right, mate, you made this film for $2.4 million. Do you have a imaginary storyboard in your head for the film that you would have made had you had 5 times the budget?
Oh, that's interesting. Even as a script, there was never a exterior wide shot space showing the Earth as what's going on. It was always from James's shoes. It would literally be the same. Maybe we could have had more car explosions. That could have been fun. But no, the story is a very personal, poignant one. That one man's journey, and who knows? Who knows? We probably would have gotten carried away with the VFX, I guess.